about Mommy's fake asshole, and that's the toilet word.
Welcome to Life Under the Laundry Pile, airing it all out, one conversation at a time. This is Copper.
This is Heather.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
What's up?
Apparently not much. I was like waiting for you to
Not
say
much.
something.
I know.
Not much, actually. Nothing.
Just hanging in the Tennessee chill.
Yep. That's exactly right, man. It's getting cold here. It's getting serious.
Have you had any snow yet?
Oh, hell no. But we did have frost. And the kids
There
were
you go.
amazed because here, when you drive them to school, there's like rolling hills up and down. And
Right.
so the frost goes on for like miles. And it was pretty damn chilly last week here. I think during the week, sometime it was like in the 40s during the day or whatever. But it's been unseasonably warm here. So, but it looks like it might be chilly in Texas too, yeah?
Well, yeah, it was hot yesterday. It was like 85 degrees, 100% humidity, and we had a cold front come through the night. So hopefully it sticks around for a few days.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. This is the time of year where I really hate where we live.
And that's what I tell people here all the time. I said, as much as I love Texas, the reality was it was hot probably 10 and a half months out of the year.
Yeah.
To be very fair, it was only cold maybe January and a little bit of February. And that's
some more decent weather than that. I think maybe like your memory is getting a little foggy, but it's still like it's not natural. I was so angry because last weekend it was so hot that I had to shave in order to wear shorts. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Mother Nature. No one should have to shave in November to put shorts on so they don't die when they go outside.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
No.
It's only cold there just about January and February. That's about it.
Spring's nice.
Yeah, but I mean cold. If we're saying chilly,
Does it really get cold?
It does for Texans, and that's what I've noticed. Like when you're from Ohio, so cold to you is much different than what cold for Texans is. I mean, I can remember when we first moved here, when it's in the 50s here, it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not freezing, but in the 50s back home in Texas or Florida, it was so humid, it felt like, 10 degrees cooler. So it's a big difference, it's all what you're used to too. So, when it's 100 degrees all the time and all of a sudden it's 50, that's fucking cold.
Right.
So.
Well, it won't be a problem much longer, so.
No, not for you.
Nope.
Or
have
for
we
me.
Talked about that here yet?
We have not. We have not. You're going to the land of, it's probably cold a lot. Right?
So, yeah, if anyone doesn't actually follow me on Facebook, we are moving to Germany for a project that Matt's working on. So
super exciting.
Yeah. Nothing's going to change here. Everything's going to be the same. So probably if we didn't even bring it up, you wouldn't even know it. But
except she'll be recording in her lederhosen and
in my lederhosen, probably 3 sheets to the wind. Right.
I don't know though. Hey, so where are you going in Germany?
We're gonna be in Hamburg, which is northeast. Wait, sorry, I get messed up with the coast because I get so messed up on the coastline. So it's northwest part of Germany.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I don't know much about much about Germany or Europe, but I'll take your word for it. So, are the kids excited?
They are really excited. Yeah. They have moments of sadness, but Red does not like any change whatsoever. Right. So he's not unhappy, but he's not real awesome about the whole thing. But Maggie and Jack are both. They have like places they want to see, things they want to do. So I think that it'll be a good experience for them.
That's the way my kids were when we made this big move. They went through moments where they were sad because they were leaving their friends, but then they were excited because, it's the unknown. It's like an adventure to them. So
Right.
it'll be so much fun. I envy you. I've never been overseas, and it'll be a lot of fun. So have you ever been?
No.
No?
Moose has spent months over there, like probably if you added it all up, close to a year over there. So he's very familiar, but I've been to Canada and right over the border into Mexico, and that's basically been the extent of my international travel.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really know that Canada counts as international travel. It's the same place, just a lot friendlier. So,
and very pretty from what I've seen in pictures.
Canada is beautiful. I highly recommend Canada to anybody that wants to check it out. It's gorgeous up there, and the people are great.
Well, not a few years back, maybe about a year and a half ago, we had the possibility of moving to Ireland. I don't know if I ever told you that or not, but with my husband's company. But as much as I think Ireland is amazingly beautiful, I don't know that I'm really cut out for foreign living. I don't know. I've learned since we moved here that I need an awful lot of conveniences to make me happy. So, And even though I live 8 minutes from the nearest town, it's still a little too far for me.
And you're not a girl that embraces change very easily. So
no.
I can imagine that probably would have been really difficult for you.
Yeah, I know. It kind of freaks me out it's very exciting for you, but it freaks me out at the same time because that's a huge fucking change. Huge. But it'll be amazing, and you'll have nice pictures to put on our Instagram page. So
yep, I'll have lots of pictures and lots of stories to tell, and it will be it'll be great. We have a whole list of places that we're going to visit while we're over there, and we're just going to try to embrace as much as we can while we're there. So
I had a friend who lived in Germany for years and years. Her husband was in the military, and then they lived in Korea, and now they've lived all over the United States. But they lived in Germany for so long that her kids grew up speaking German, and then they moved while the kids were in high school, and then they learned to speak Korean. So her kids have a pretty broad, vocabulary, which is awesome.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
That's going to get them really far in life. But I'm pretty open to a lot of different places to live. I'm not sure. And here's the thing. I'm not sure I would be terribly open to anywhere in Asia, just because their food is so... I would starve to death.
They eat a lot of really weird meats, and I use that term
and a
loosely.
lot of seafood, a lot of seafood,
yes.
And I would starve to death.
Yeah.
A girl can only eat so much rice.
Yes,
and I'm really not that adventurous when it comes to food. So
yeah, and you hate
that
seafood,
would be my.
So you would starve to death.
I hate seafood. So gross. I don't know how you people do it.
Don't ever go to Finland or Norway or any of those, because I'm pretty sure they eat a lot of fish too.
They do eat a lot of fish up there. However, they do also eat a lot of dried meats, and I can do that.
Yeah.
Or we would call it beef sausage or summer sausage.
Summer
They eat a lot of that. Yeah,
yes.
They eat a lot of that stuff too. So
yeah.
And cheese, and I can live on cheese.
Yes. And I love potatoes, so you're going to the right place. Potatoes and sausage for everyone.
Pretty much, I'm lucky that we're going to have to, we're going to be in the city, so we're not going to have a car, and there's going to be a lot of walking. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, hopefully, I'll walk off all the food I eat, plus some.
All right.
So, let's get into the show before we get too much further. Do you have a story for us?
I do. I have a what the fuck, and to be fair, I've not shared it with Copper yet.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
She's gonna be. I if you hear me clicking, it's because I have two different websites pulled up for the same article. They're very short articles, but one of them has the funniest damn comments on it from. Well, you'll see. Let's see. This article is from back in October, toward the end of October, around the 20 something. The headline is "Woman Breastfeeds Her Dog in McDonald's and Sues for $1.1 million." Have you heard of that? No?
No.
Okay. There's a pretty graphic picture. Someone took some video or picture of it. It was in Newark, New Jersey. Am I saying that right? Newark, New Jersey. A woman was expelled from a New Jersey McDonald's for allegedly breastfeeding. There's no allegedly. The picture clearly shows her breastfeeding her 6-week-old puppy. And now she's suing the fast food restaurant chain for $1.1 million. The manager says she was expelled because McDonald's has a no animal policy, and she claims the restaurant manager specifically expelled her because she was breastfeeding in public, which she says is an inalienable right in the state of New Jersey. He goes on to say that even though she covered herself and sat far away from other customers, many of his customers complained and were indisposed by the scene. He goes, an eyewitness goes as far as to say one old lady passed out and had to leave in an ambulance. And this one says, this is the funny thing. Another customer says, when I realized it wasn't a baby, but a puppy that was sucking on her tits, I started puking all over myself. And I started thinking, is this real?
What?
Is this story real?
I'm not really sure that the comments are real.
Oh, but apparently it did happen because, she was kicked out. And there's a video floating around on
I don't
the
want to
internet.
see it. So here's the deal. First of
Yeah.
all, where are you finding all these breastfeeding stories? Like every story you've ever told is breastfeeding. So here's the deal. Like, I'm more offended about the fact that you brought your fucking dog into a McDonald's.
Yes.
Leave your pet at home.
And that's the
How
thing.
complicated. I don't want to eat next to your dog.
Well, and he wasn't a service dog. Like they're, based on the ADA,
Totally
you may bring a
different.
service dog.
Totally different. Like,
Yes.
I have no issue with service dogs. I actually have a
Yes.
huge respect for doggies that have jobs.
Yes.
So, like, that's completely different. There's no purpose for you to bring your Yorkie in
Yes, and
to a
it's-
damn McDonald's.
It was a 6-week-old puppy, like literally,
No.
If
You have your dog, like if you have your dog, and this goes for grocery stores too. And I don't want to go on a rant about this, but I hate it when you're going through Kroger's and there's some lady with her damn dog sitting where like my bread and milk goes, like where
Yeah.
the kids sit, and she's got her dog just sitting there. Like, what? If you can't leave your dog at home for half an hour to run up to get bread and milk, you have some serious issues with training your pet. And if you have your dog in the car, then you need to go through the drive-thru at McDonald's.
I've
Like, just
actually,
don't.
yeah, we were in a Burger King back home near where we lived in Texas, and a homeless lady came in at one point with a whole bunch of bags, all of her stuff with her, and she sat down in a booth, and the kids and I watched her because the kids were just,
Curious, right?
They were just curious. She had tons of stuff with her. She had a fucking puppy in her bag. I'm not lying to you. I thought to myself, well, where did you find a puppy? But she did. She had a puppy in the bag, and she was feeding it. Like, she was feeding it. I don't know what she was feeding. I didn't get that part, but she did. She had a puppy in there. And like this lady's attorney said, the law clearly says you can breastfeed anywhere in New Jersey.
I agree.
And
that
you may
can.
bring your service dog in too.
But it wasn't a service dog.
Listen to what his argument is. This was his argument. He says whether she's breastfeeding her 8-month-old son, a horse, or a chimpanzee is irrelevant. I thought, oh dear God.
No, it's not. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong when your human child needs to eat, and how you feed that child is through breastfeeding. You should be able to do that wherever you are. It's no different than if you had to give your baby a bottle. Mm-hmm. They need to eat. You need to feed them. There is no reason for a human being to be breastfeeding a goddamn dog. That is just weird.
It is.
They can't even, that's not even like, human milk is not something that a dog should be consuming.
And here the kicker to this whole story is because the law does not specifically say human babies.
Child.
This might actually be might set a precedent. Like they're thinking that because it's not specific enough, she might get money, or if she doesn't, this will definitely cause some kind of ruckus, and they'll probably go back and amend the law.
Well, you know what they need to do is then they need to find out where she lives and investigate her, because if you're only feeding that puppy human milk, then it's going to be malnourished, because that's not the vitamins and the nutrition that it needs.
I want to know, like, how does she have milk? Does that mean she has a baby at home? Very odd.
I think that generally, like, you can, because sometimes when people adopt children, they sometimes will get them to latch on, and the body kind of triggers.
Okay.
You know, the human body necessarily doesn't need to give birth in order to start producing milk. So
Okay. I almost want to look up this woman's Facebook page just to see what the hell's going on. And tell me I'm not the only one that does that. Like, anytime I see anything crazy on the news, I immediately go to Facebook and fucking Google these people.
Me too.
I'm like, I'm that weirdo that watches old Unsolved Mysteries, and Googles that shit and looks them up on Facebook. I'm like, I'm going to find that person. But this one, yeah, I think she needs to be found on Facebook.
There's something wrong there. There's no value behind breastfeeding a dog. Like,
no, and I have to tell you, a lot of the really bizarre stories that I found lately all pertain to breastfeeding. They really did. And I don't know.
Which is almost kind of a shame, because this is shit like this is why people that breastfeed have to fight in order to have that right. And it shouldn't be a right. This is a basic human need to feed your child.
Well, you know what? There's always some asshole.
Because you have freaks like this out there, then people get this mentality about breastfeeding, and then people who are legitimately nourishing their children have to battle about it.
There's always some asshole that fucks up everything for everybody. Just
Dude.
every situation.
And it's usually red.
Oh, poor Red.
That is a what the fuck story. I know it's really shitty about this is you're right. There's probably, she's going to argue her point that it wasn't written down specifically because God fucking, I'm getting really mad about this. Like, God forbid we use common sense.
Yeah, right.
This is why,
common sense.
This is why things such as breastfeeding aren't taken seriously. This is why laws aren't taken seriously. This is just it's bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
And you know damn well with the way our system works, this lady's not going to be laughed out of the courtroom, and she should be.
Yeah, I know. I agree. But it's people like this who end up with money, and people who really need it end up with shit,
Right. So
crazy.
Wow, thanks for the upper. That was weird.
That was a total what the fuck story. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'll step off my soapbox now. I just get really pissed about that stuff, and then I don't know.
It's cool. It's all right. Hey, I can bring you up. I forgot to tell everybody. That
you're pregnant.
Hell no. I should have said yes. I really fucking should have said yes. Play along, Heather. What's wrong with you? Tonight, I know you guys are going to hear this after the fact, but pretty cool thing. My brother's walking the red carpet at the CMAs tonight, so I think that was pretty awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, tonight is technically Wednesday, the 8th. So you'll have to go back. By the time you hear this, you'll go back, and I'm sure
you can live stream. They have, they're live streaming it on theboot.com, and you can always go to Home Free's page. I'm sure they'll put a little snippet. I
was going to say you'll have to kind of go back and look for video on it because by the time this airs, it won't have happened. But he is going to be on the red carpet tonight. So.
He is, and it's pretty awesome.
And his mates, which is really cool for all of them. So
yes,
yeah.
And I thought it was funny, like literally that post drew people out of the woodwork, as they say, to it's when you get that inkling of I might know someone famous, What do you call it?
I have no idea.
Fame by association. I forget. There's a term for it. I forget what it is, but anyway. All right. So what are we talking about?
Today we are talking about unpopular opinions. So
I have a lot of those.
Yeah, I had to cut you down. And I have a lot too, but we are only an hour-long show top, so we had to kind of bring it down a notch. So this is just kind of a fun topic. Like, we're not getting deep at all. But Heather and I have made no secret that we cannot, for the life of us, get into the movie or the show This Is Us.
Ugh.
Yeah. We've tried. We have both tried. But we just do not get it. We may be the only two women over the age of 20 that cannot watch the show.
I found one more woman. She was out there somewhere on Facebook a long time ago. I'm like, yes. But that was it. I lost her. I don't even know. She probably likes it now.
She probably went over to the dark side.
She did, probably. I don't get it either. I don't fucking get it, man. I was bored to tears. I just didn't get it.
I was too.
I don't know. Yeah.
So now, we joke about like not being, we're the only people that aren't into that show. And now there's been a meme going around that just says, list your opinion that is unpopular. And these tend to create like a huge amount of confessions of just things that people don't like. Pineapple on pizza and stuff. And which,
I
by
love
the way,
pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is the
amazing.
most delicious thing ever. Right?
I agree.
And people that
I
like
love
clowns, like, they're like, I love clowns. No, you're fucking crazy.
No.
Clowns are the devil, and we all need to avoid them.
No one likes clowns. We've talked about this, people.
But here's the funny thing about this is if you go onto these memes and people start listing their unpopular opinions, what I always thought was kind of funny reading through them is there's not a lot of judgment.
There's not a lot of judgment?
There's not a lot of judgment. When you go through these memes, like for the most part, people are like, I get that. That's under, they like, because normally, people are like, you have lost your damn mind. That is the coolest thing ever, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
No. And so I thought it was kind of interesting to see that it was just like this, your name is on there. So it's not like it's unknown who it is, but people just seem to like open up and say, I really hate blah, blah, blah. And no one's like, you're crazy.
I fell down the rabbit
I thought that was
hole on the
interesting.
Reddit thread. Have you seen the Reddit thread for unpopular opinions?
Which one? There's multiple ones.
It's enormous. It's enormous. All I know is it's Reddit unpopular opinions, and it's really funny because they did have a pineapple on pizza one in there, and I'm like, damn it, I love pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That and green peppers.
That is a hot topic. Oh, I love green peppers on pizza. That's a hot
pineapple
topic.
and green
thing.
peppers. Yes.
Yeah.
It's called Hawaiian. But then you put the ham on it, but I don't eat ham, so. But
I love Hawaiian pizza. I like taco pizza too. Have you ever had taco pizza?
I do like taco pizza because I don't really consider it pizza. I'll tell you in a minute about pizza. But yeah. That's actually one of my unpopular opinions. I fucking hate pizza. I do. Pizza and cheesecake, they can suck it. Both of them.
I'll take your pizza and your cheesecake, and you can take my seafood.
I love seafood. Cheesecake is a bitch. It's like this cake made out of cheese. I mean, you think it's made out of cheese, but it's not really made out of cheese. It's made out of cream cheese.
It's not.
Still.
Yeah.
I hate pizza and
cream cheese and powdered sugar.
I need a t-shirt that says, I hate pizza. Nobody believes me. They're like, how can you not like pizza? I'm like, I hate pizza. But I will eat a taco pizza and pineapple and
pizza
green
is
pepper.
delicious. I've
Because
not had a
it's
good
not
taco
really
pizza.
Pizza-y, you know what I mean?
It is pizza, honey.
No, I mean it's not really pizza-y with the red sauce. The one I've had is what do you call it? The refried beans. So it's totally different. Oh, so good. Yeah. And of course,
I might have to put that on our menu. Like I haven't had taco pizza in a long time.
Yeah. I think it was Pizza Hut used to make an amazing taco pizza. I believe it was Pizza Hut.
So we used to, they don't have them down here, unfortunately. We had this, I don't want to call it a chain restaurant, but it was called East of Chicago Pizza. Great pizza, by the way. But their taco pizza was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I think that they used the crust, and then they had salsa, and then like taco meat, and then sour cream, and then all the toppings on top, and it was just so good.
Yeah.
I need to replicate that.
I've seen plenty of recipes on Pinterest for taco pizza, and I've saved several of them. But yeah, that's the kind of pizza I can get behind. So
I like most pizzas. I mean, I don't sit there and crave them, but when they pop in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
Ugh, no, not me. I'm not big on Italian, period. Which is hard because
that's an unpopular opinion right there. Everyone loves pasta.
I
but not you.
I don't. It makes me feel yuck. Now, Paige, my youngest, she loves pasta. She said that's her favorite food is Italian.
Aww.
But so
and
if I can never figure out what to feed her, just make some damn noodles and throw them in front of her. She's good. So
butter noodles are a hit in most
Yes,
homes.
exactly. Yeah. Parmesan and butter every time.
Yeah.
How much of a cheap meal can you make?
Right?
Ah.
Well, it depends on if you let them shake the cheese on top of it or if you do it. Because, if they shake the cheese on top of it, then it can get kind of expensive. But
yeah, and don't be touching my cheese balls. You got to leave my Parmesan cheese balls in there. My kids fight over them now.
That needs to be a quote. Don't touch my cheese balls.
Don't touch my cheese. There you go. You guys got to help us out with the funny quotes. We can't remember. We got one quote we can make, and that was it.
All right, so back to
What?
We just totally went off tangent. Like, back to the subject, we decided to go ahead and talk about our unpopular opinions, but we kept it limited because we could go on and on about this stuff. So
Yes. So that was one of mine. I gave away one.
oh,
of
was
mine.
it the pizza?
Pizza and cheesecake? Yes, that was one of mine.
Weirdo. Well, okay. So talking about food, do you know Loft House cookies?
Not really. No.
Yes, you do. Yes,
I?
you do. They're the sugar cookies in or at the grocery store.
Gross.
They're always, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The ones that always have the icing on top of
Ugh.
it. They're like your worst nightmare to begin with.
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, but the ones that everyone's like, oh my god, I love those.
You're talking the bakery section?
Yes, but they're Loft House cookies.
Yeah.
You know exactly when they have the sprinkles on top.
Yes,
and then
I
they
do
do
know.
the pumpkin spice ones.
Yeah.
There's another one we can talk about, pumpkin spice, but let's get back to the cookies at first.
I don't like those cookies.
I hate them. They taste like sugar and shit.
And
That's
they're really extremely soft. Like, I really like soft
Yeah.
cookies, but those are like mush.
And they're
Sweet
dry.
mush.
Like, I just never. Everyone raves about those cookies. I'm like, no, thank you.
The
This girl
icing is
not
so
interested.
thick on them that literally you break the cookie and the icing's still laying there flat across.
and it's not good icing.
No, I agree. Yeah, I hate those things.
Yeah.
My kids used to always want them, and thank God, we can never eat them. But yes, they're popular for class parties too.
Not me. I always send my kids with the individually wrapped Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, okay. We do.
Because I can't in good spirit send something covered in fucking icing into a room with 20 kids and one teacher. Like, I like all of our teachers way too much to do that to them.
I always sent cupcakes, but it was cream cheese icing, so it wasn't a ton
Yeah.
of sugar. So
I'm like, what can we do to celebrate and you not have to wipe that shit off of everybody's face? So
yeah, right. Yeah, I hate those cookies. My turn.
yeah, go for it.
I hate the chicken wing pose. I think it's fucking stupid. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about
Fucking
because you've
chicken
ranted about it
wing.
many times.
And let me tell you, the worst part of this comment is they made my girls do it in class pictures this year. I was like, oh hell no, you didn't. So of course I had to pick the head up, right?
Right.
I'm like, I refuse to give money to you making my child do the chicken wing pose. I was pissed. I'm like, oh my god.
You're just talking. All you're doing is talking about this one, right?
Yes, you look like
Yeah.
a chicken wing. They call it the chicken wing. And the whole premise of it is because it makes your arms look skinnier. I get it. But when you've got a whole gaggle of girls standing in line to have their picture made, and they've all got their chicken wings poking into each other, you look like you're fucking lined up for majorette practice. I mean, come on. I'm going to go on a rant. I hate it.
I'm trying to, like, while I'm listening to you, see if it does
I
make
can
my
see.
arms look skinnier, but I can still see my blue. Actually, my arms are pretty tight as shit.
Look
at this.
That's because you got to
Look
carry
at
those
this.
big ass tits around. This is how it works. This is how, when your arm is flat down by your side like this part of your arm flattens
Kinda
out,
sticks
and
out,
it
yeah.
does look like that. But who fucking cares? That's part of you. That's who
And
you are.
you know what? When you're 10 years old, y'all have scrawny arms to begin with.
Can you believe that shit? Yes. Can you believe that shit? I mean, come on. I am like, no, I hate that. And there's a second part of that, because a two-parter. I hate Snapchat filters. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Me too.
For an adult to be using, I do it with my kids as fun. But to put it on Facebook and try to be cute, can't get behind it. Can't do it.
Now that we're on this subject, adults that do selfies on a regular basis drive me up the walls. Like, every once in a while, if you're doing silly poses with your kids, or hey, I look really great today, like, there should be a once a month limit for adults and selfies.
You're killing your brain cells. And it really, we've talked about this before, but it's the ones who take a picture of their kid, but they have to be in it too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, you mean like Tits McGee, my old friend that would always take a picture with her kids, but really it was a picture of her boobs with her kids like ear in the picture. So
yeah.
that's like, look how cute Junior is, and it's really just her boobs. So
that is probably really unpopular opinion because everybody I know likes selfies and likes the Snapchat filters, and they like the chicken wing poses. I just can't get behind any of it.
Like, I get it. Look, I get it. Snapchat
it's fun with your kids.
It's fun. And I get it. When you look really good, it's kind of nice. It's really healthy to say, hey, I look like the shit today. Like, look at this. I'm amazing. Once a month, people. Once a month. And don't you dare fucking take that picture in a bathroom mirror. Don't.
I just, yeah. Oh man, I can't get behind those. I can't.
Yeah. If you're over the age of 20, you got to stop.
Yeah,
You
I
just got to
agree.
stop.
I agree.
can't.
I've actually had a guy text me before and say something to the effect of I had put a picture of Paige and myself with a Snapchat filter. And this was a long time ago on my Instagram. I don't remember where it was. And I did it as I thought, oh my God, how cute is this of her? I'm going to put it up there. And then I kind of second guessed it after I put it up there. I was like, that is so fucking stupid. But he literally texted me and said, come on, man, Snapchat filter, really? He's like, it's so, I forget what he said. And it got me thinking, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It's just, I don't know. I'm all about breaking the barriers for age appropriateness. You know, if you want to wear a mini skirt when you're 50, I don't care.
Do it, please.
But the Snapchat filters to me kind of are pretty juvenile. You know,
I will admit that, like, when my kids bring up the Snapchat and they want me to get on it, so we both look like little puppy dogs, I will get in there and take that picture with them. I don't necessarily, and it's like so here, let me back up. Like, my cousin and my uncle on Matt's side, recently they spent the day together, and they took a picture of each other, and then they took a picture where they were both like the puppies, and that was freaking cute. But she doesn't do that 24/7. There's some friends, there's some people out there that literally do nothing but post on social media pictures of them with rays of sunshine over their head, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I don't know that it's that unpopular of an opinion. What we have is what we think we do. I've seen a lot of people say, come on people, we're not 5, you know. So
right, let's rein it in.
Yes.
I say, like, the last Saturday of every month, everyone goes Snapchat crazy, but other than that, if you're not under the age of 20,
right,
no, just that last Saturday.
I have to agree.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, is it my turn?
it is your turn.
The Notebook.
The movie The Notebook?
Yeah.
I never saw it. I don't like anything Nicholas Spark does.
Oh my God, girl, listen. So this is what I wrote. The Notebook, or anything else written by Nicholas Sparks. I will save you some time. They're all the same story.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Air 5.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Like, in people, this movie, this whole genre is like a religion to people. And I'm like, It's horrible. The plot line is bad. The acting is bad. Just stop.
Well, I'm in, a couple of reading book club groups. What do you call it? Book groups on Facebook. Right. And every time I see one of those posts where they've taken like a picture of every Nicholas Sparks book because they went out and they bought every one at one time, and they get so excited. I'm like, fucking A, really? You're excited? You've got the same story with a different cover.
Yeah, guess what? You could have bought one of those books and saved yourself $50. And it would have been the same story. Now, I get it. Like, you have, like, sometimes I need a read that's not going to use my brain. Like, I just need something
But that's not it.
Shut myself down.
Yeah.
And for some people, that is it. It's the people that think, like, this movie and these books are religion. Like, oh, my God. No, stop. It's crap.
No, yeah.
He serves a purpose. Let's admit it and be done. Although I will admit that I've never, like, I get the storyline. I know what it is. I've read excerpts here and there, but I don't need to read these.
No,
I don't.
I've never, and I'm a reader, and I've never had a desire to read anything he's ever had, ever.
No.
Never. Nope. So, yeah.
No.
All right, you ready for mine?
Yep.
This is a very unpopular opinion. I may get some hate mail for this one. I don't think my pets are my kids. I don't.
Can I get a hell yeah? Pets are great, and you love them. Love them, love them, love them. And they're a companion, and they're with you. And
guess
that's
what?
Everything.
They're my pets.
Do not compare them to a human child.
No, I can't do it. They're my pets. They are. I love my kids. I love my pets, but given a choice anytime, my kids. Absolutely.
Right.
So
I mean, Lucy's pretty fucking cool, but
she is pretty fucking cool, and the new puppy we're getting is going to be fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I probably will dress it up, but that's neither here nor there. It's still not my kid. It's a fucking dog.
yeah, it's just the judgmental, like the people that get really judgy about like, well, I would do anything, like, and it's always when someone's like, my kid's asthma is like literally going to kill him and we have to find a new home for this puppy. Well, I would do anything to keep my puppy in that.
Can't you put your child in a bubble? Why don't you wrap him with plastic wrap?
Right.
He'll get along with the
Like,
dog.
You really need to, readjust your your thinking, because a human child versus a puppy. I mean, puppies are fantastic. Do not get me wrong. They're cute and they're fuzzy and they're silly and they smell good. But a human child.
Yep. Number one every
Nope.
time. Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's my priority. So, yes. Let's hear your next unpopular opinion.
Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everybody's always like, Las Vegas is amazing. We should go to Las Vegas. Let's party. I would not step foot. There's no amount of money on this planet that could get me to go to Las Vegas.
From what I've seen on The Hangover, it doesn't look that fun. Too many bad things happen in Vegas.
You base everything on that movie.
That's one of the best movies ever. Yeah.
You could be doing your taxes and you'd be like, if The Hangover has taught me nothing, we should blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no. Here's my picture of Vegas.
You silly motherfuckers.
He is the best.
He is the best.
I can only imagine that it smells like BO, urine,
and desperation.
Yes,
I have to agree with you. Yeah, because you broke ass. You broke ass.
Right.
Because you
I
lost
don't
it.
get it. And girl, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to drop a quarter or two into a slot machine. Like, I love my scratchies. So it's not like I'm judgmental. I'm not a prude. Boobs are great. I'll go look at boobs, but it's not about the sinning, that the quote unquote sinning that happens. It's not the gambling.
It just doesn't seem fun.
No.
I'd rather go to New York City.
I feel, I would love to go to New York City.
Me too.
I just feel like it's too many people, not enough hygiene practicing. There's the desperation factor. I mean, there's nothing about it that
I feel like
makes
it's
me wanna
soul
go.
Sucking.
Yeah.
Soul sucking in the middle of the desert. How
and
much
I know
fun
that
could
I'm a
be?
really big party pooper on that front, but I love like other stuff, but I cannot bring myself to even want to go to Vegas.
I think if you don't gamble and you don't party, there's really not much else to do there. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know.
And
Correct me
I
if I'm
kind of do
wrong.
both. Like, I'm willing to do both, but I still just I'd rather do that like in the Holiday Inn down the road. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Vegas. I really don't.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. So, all right, you ready for mine?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that iPhone and Apple products are an overrated monopoly.
Now I got to come up with a new one.
Fucking hey, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Why do people want an all glass phone that the second you sneeze on it, it shatters?
It shatters.
You have to have literally to have access to it. You have to have passwords and pins and all this shit. So when you take that bitch into the store to have it fixed, you can't unless you can get into it.
And by the way, all these things that you do on your iPhone and your iPad and whatnot, you can't translate that into your computer unless you also have another
Mac.
Apple computer, because it is a monopoly.
Yes,
and they
it
make
is.
it so that they are not compatible, and that's horseshit.
Yes, I agree.
Plus, I don't think they're that user friendly.
Hell no, they're not. We
And
had one for 24 hours and we took them back.
the technology is no better than any other product out there.
No.
And they're overpriced.
Yep.
And they're poorly fucking made. Like you said, I have never had a phone break on me in the 20 years I've had a mobile phone.
Yep.
Except for the one iPhone I had.
My husband has ran over his Samsung Galaxy with a fucking car. With a
Yep.
car. And it was still in one piece.
So their whole line of like, well, that's just no bullshit. That's poor design on your part so that people spend more
That's
fucking
exactly
money in
why
your
they do
stores.
it. I asked the guy at the store, and I said, "Let me ask you this: if Samsung has the capability, and every other phone company has the capability to make a phone screen that doesn't break very easily, then why doesn't Apple?" He said they do
Right.
it on purpose. They do it on purpose because they know you're so attached to that phone that you will pay that money to have it fixed.
But
It
my God, do
pisses
not
me
share
off.
this. Do not share this opinion with somebody that has an Apple product because it's like a religion to them.
I think it's
And
like a
they will
mind suck.
Fight you. They will fight you to the death.
Yes.
To prove that their product is better than. And like, I'm not saying that their technology is worse, but it is no better
No.
than any other. And you're sucked in and you're stuck.
I can get all the free
Like,
music
you're
I
just
want on
stuck.
my Samsung Galaxy. I don't think you can do
Holla.
that on your iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know,
You know, and
these
the funny
things
thing is,
because
like-
we have an iPhone. My daughter has an iPhone.
Right,
So I
right.
know. So no one can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, you know?
Well, you know, and we deal with this all the time because we put the show on iTunes. In order to check anything for it, what do we have to do? We have to charge up my 6-year-old iPad
Mm-hmm.
and turn it on in order to go in and find out anything.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
that's just the monopoly that they have. I don't deal well with monopolies to begin with.
No,
I
me
think
neither.
that's horseshit.
I do too.
But then you add in the shitty design and the technology that isn't any better than. And I've used Apple products and they are not
Right.
user friendly.
I used to have a friend
So-
back in college when I worked at a TV station, and he was obsessed with his Macs. That's all he would use.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm just here to tell you that I can do the same graphic design shit on my Windows that he did on his Mac. And I
Right.
mean, there's no, for a fraction of the cost.
Right.
So I
Right.
agree. I think it's total bullshit. And the new iPhone, I heard on the radio yesterday, the guy said, so the new iPhone's been out for 24 hours. Call me and tell me who's already dropped and cracked. They're
Cracked
all
their phone.
glass iPhone. It's all glass. Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Why would you even want it? It's just these people that want the next greatest thing. I have more to do in my life than let me have just the next greatest thing.
I wouldn't take it for free.
Hell no,
Sorry.
me neither. You'd have to walk around with it wrapped in bubble wrap and untape it every time you wanted to use it, you know?
Right, right.
No thanks. So yeah, I'm sure that's an extremely unpopular. My mom has an iPhone.
We're losing listeners left and right.
We
Fuck
pro-
them and their anti-Apple. Yeah.
you don't like iPhones and you don't like pizza. What the hell?
And the Notebook.
Oh,
We're
man.
losing people. All right. So this one is I have to come up with the fifth one now because we both had Apple.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's a passionate subject for me. You know, I will
extreme-
rant about that shit forever.
Yeah.
And I'm all for like if you want to love it, that's fine. But they're like, you're crazy for not having an Apple.
Exactly.
No, bitch.
Don't sit there and tell me that I'm a loser because I don't have an iPhone. And I've had people do that shit
I
to
might
me.
be crazy, but when I'm sitting here listening to my free music that I can have on my computer, my phone, my tablet, and my car, like, and you have to have everything either Apple or not. Tell me who's crazy.
Or when I just ran over my phone and I got to go retrieve
And it
it,
still
and
works.
it still works.
I've dropped not the phone I have right now, but the Samsung I had before this one. I dropped that bitch in the toilet.
Yep.
You know what happened? It fucking still worked.
Yep, I know. Aubrey
was a
has
clean
dropped
toilet,
hers
by the
in
way.
water, and we attempted the rice. Her iPhone dropped her iPhone in water.
Yep.
We attempted the rice, and it did not work. No.
I know. I know.
Nope. They're like one-time use. They're like disposable.
They're like the disposable cameras of the phone world. All right. So I have Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not wild about Starbucks. Their coffee tastes like cigarette smell.
So right. So here's the thing, and I'm not a super fancy coffee drinker anyway. You know me.
Me neither.
I preferably like my coffee with like French vanilla or hazelnut cream in it. And some sugar, just a little bit of sugar, especially if you got the flavor creams. But like, I don't need the cappuccino, frappe, whatever shit you put in coffee. I'll drink Starbucks. Like when people want to get together and talk, or you have meetings and we go there. Absolutely, I'm not saying I don't drink it, but it's not like
You don't
I
go out of
see
your
the-
way.
I'm not a basic white bitch. Like
Yeah.
I cannot
Me
get
neither.
excited about this stuff. So
No.
I'm more apt to like, if you really want to make me happy, grab me a Whataburger or McDonald's coffee. Like,
Yes,
they
McDonald's
make
frappe. Oh.
I still don't. Like, I'm a black coffee with some cream and sugar in it, girl.
Okay.
But like McDonald's makes delicious coffee, and it is. I hate McDonald's. Like,
Yes.
but it is I love.
I buy their
coffee.
K-Cups. I actually have a bag of their coffee in my drawer, and I make my own K-Cup with their coffee. Their
So
coffee is
good.
amazing.
It's so good.
Yes.
And I'm sure whatever they do to it, I probably don't want to know. It's always fresh. It always tastes good.
Yes.
I really like. And Whataburger has great coffee too. Okay. And guess what? I'm not going broke.
Exactly.
Drinking
It's a fraction of. It's like $1, I think,
Right.
and some change for a cup of coffee at McDonald's.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I have never liked Starbucks, and that was an extremely unpopular opinion. Still is. I mean, people will literally
And
go
it's still
out
like,
of their way.
and everybody always wants to meet you at Starbucks, which I'm like, I'm all about the company, so I will go, absolutely. And I do love, they make a chocolate chip croissant. You've seen me go to town on this bitch before. Like, and they heat it up so the chocolate chips are all melty.
Right.
That thing is delicious, but their coffee, I just don't get it. And people need that to survive.
Call me crazy, though. Don't you think it kind of smells like cigarettes?
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I really
don't love
even
it.
my 16-year-old admitted it one day. Even Aubrey, she said, "You're right, Mommy. It kind of smells like cigarettes." And I said, "It really does."
Yeah.
Sorry if I ruined it for you, but I've
And
never.
I mean, like, I
acquired-
don't, yeah, it does. It's not like if I'm looking at the list of things I'd like to drink, it's not up
No.
there. It really isn't.
No.
I can't get myself to,
And for
whatever.
a $6 frappe, I can go to
Yeah.
damn McDonald's for $2 and get one. And theirs
yeah,
is amazing.
it shouldn't cost me $5 for a black coffee.
No, I agree. So I like the atmosphere inside Starbucks, but that's kind of where it ends
I
for
do.
me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, I had one last one. I hate all those mom videos and those scripted kid videos. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's one mom that sits around and she has to tell you all the bad things about being a mom.
Yeah.
And then there's a scripted little girl who's cute as pie, but her videos are so scripted and snipped together that every line is being fed to her. And it's just like, I'm past the point. It's like, okay, 1 or 2 of these videos is cute, but when you continue to make it, you're obviously just milking your, 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
I hate them.
Well, and you know that there's a couple of really popular YouTubers, I don't know what else to call them, and videos that and bloggers that show up on vloggers, I guess are the words I should use, that are like on Facebook. And you and I have talked about this, but there's a couple of them I just can't stand. They're so fake, and it's just like I can't.
Well, it's just to me it just smells like desperation. It's like,
Right.
come on, you had your 15 minutes of fame, go away. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when you start doing it on purpose, and if you read a lot of the comments on the little girl in particular, I can't remember her name, but it's this one little girl, and she's, like I said, she's cute as pie, but every line is fed to her, so they splice it together to make it look like she's having an entire conversation. But if you read the comments on those, people are getting pissed. They're like, come on, we stop doing it. It's just desperate at this point.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I hate those. I do.
I could easily list like 3 or 4 big names that and I would never, ever, ever call them out because I respect what they're trying to do. But sometimes I'm like,
Stop.
first of all, I want to call bullshit. That didn't happen.
Right.
There's one that she posts some things on Facebook all the time, and I like being supportive of her. But because she came from the same start that we did, but sometimes I'm like, and I both know that didn't happen. Like, stop it,
Yeah.
Just stop.
When it starts smelling like desperation, I want it to
Right.
go away.
And the sad thing is you don't have to be like that.
No.
People will still, like I can smell your shit from a mile away. And it's not your standard material that makes me not like you. It's the desperation that makes me not like you.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that 6-year-old kid that at the family reunion he farted once and everybody thought it was funny. So now he spends the entire family reunion farting again, so you'll laugh at him again.
Why do you keep bringing bread into this?
Is that not a great analogy though? Holy cow. It's like literally that's what it is. It's like you're trying to be
Right.
that funny kid at the family reunion who's making everybody laugh again.
Right.
You just want to slap
It's kind
him.
of like that little boy that's arguing. He's like, listen, Linda, listen, Linda, listen, Linda. And he's being like, and you're like, and everyone's like, oh, he's so cute. I'm like, no, he's a little shithead. Like,
He's
you
a
need to
little
get that shit
rude ass
better.
telling, number one, he called her Linda by her first name, and then he's trying to tell her to listen. I'd be like, listen, you little son of a bitch. I'm going to drop kick you across that kitchen if you don't shut up. see him float around. Do you still see him float around?
It does. It still comes up. And I'm like, it wasn't cute the first time. That kid is rude and he
I
has
agree.
no respect for his
I agree.
elders.
Those were mine. Those were all mine. I'm sure I'm very unpopular at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, story of my life, so I'm all right. Did you have any more?
No, because we both had Apple.
Ah, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I have another one. I have another one if you allow me to throw it in, because I know you'll
Here
hate.
you are.
You'll hate-
You know, here's one of my unpopular. Heather always tries to slide one more in, even though I tell her the show is only an hour long. And because trust me, we could talk about this. We got a lot of complaints. Like we could talk like this for days on end, but it's only 60 minutes. But because I love you, I'm going to let you slide this one in. That's what she said.
All
Go
right.
for it.
I think Justin Bieber's hot.
God damn it.
I had to. That was my number one. All right, my number two. I like Barb. That was my number one.
why do you have to stop it? Don't you dare bring her into this, Debbie Downer. Listen, I should have known that you were going to bring up the JB, man. Like, I just knew it, and yet I let you do it.
So hot. Like, so
No.
hot, and he's legal. That's awesome.
No.
I don't think he's as big of a hot mess as everybody thinks he is. No.
I don't think he's a hot mess. I think he's a jackass.
Oh, he's still hot, though.
And he's
You would not. If you were 18, you wouldn't hit that shit.
No, I wouldn't.
Damn, you crazy girl.
gross.
No, he's not gross. He's covered in tattoos, and he's cute.
His tattoos have nothing to do with his attractiveness, and you know damn well I love tattoos. He is nasty.
I went out with lots of guys in my 20s who were shithead douches. I mean, they were just really cute. So, one.
He looks like he just walked out of the meth trailer. That's
Oh
what he looks like.
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Girl, where I live, I can tell you for a fact he doesn't look like anybody I've seen in the store. If he did, I'd be like following him home.
You're so funny about where you live.
There were two people making out in the Kroger that I went to on Monday, like literally making out with their no teeth, like groping each other. And when you walk past them, man, they smell like an ashtray. And I was like, oh, I gotta get out of here. This is gross.
Yeah.
I was like, please let me by. It's like, this is not the place.
I probably should have warned you about that. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, well, now that we're extremely unpopular,
Right?
what's new? All right. We got social media, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. You can find us on Facebook. You can also come to our group page where we have the really fun Guess the Host every week. And hang in there if you haven't gotten it right so far. Maybe you'll get it right soon.
Spoiler alert, there are no prizes, so don't get your don't get down if you don't get it.
Don't get upset. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, and we have a website, lifeunderthelaundrypile.com, where we put up our where you can go back and access our old episodes. Mm-hmm. And I'm a little behind, but I like to kind of be behind because that's what she said. But it helps throw up the episodes every once in a while for you in case you missed the last few episodes. So I think that's all. And then Copper is still Never Drink from Mommy's Cup, and she has a new post up that she put about her move to Germany. And I'm One Fed Up Mommy, and I also had some new posts. So you can go find us any of those places. Yeah?
And Heather's really started back up with the writing, so make sure that if you're not following her at One Fed Up Mommy, you go over and do that because she always has oodles of information for you. So.
Oh, and I bust my ass. That shit's hard doing all that research. I told you. For my 40 listeners or my 40 readers, thank you very much.
It'll get up there.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Well, that's what he's hoping.
Boom, boom.
All right, random question of the week.
All right. So this one kind of has a post-Halloween feel to it. I want you all to be honest with us. How much Halloween candy have you eaten after your kids have gone to bed at night in the last week?
Me? 0.
All of us.
Okay, mine was 0. That was
you haven't touched the candy at all?
We donated 10 pounds of candy to Treats for Troops.
Why did your kids have 10 pounds of candy? My God.
10.6 ounces. 10 pounds, 6 ounces. I took a picture of it and put it on my website. Yeah. Can you believe that? Can you believe
We did
that?
not have that much. Well, we did the trunk or treat this year where we passed candy out. So the kids made a quick trip around. So we did not have that much. But I've been hitting that bowl like there's no tomorrow.
I ate. Ooh, that's what I did in my college days. I ate a few pieces Halloween night when they got home, and the kid says, "Oh, I don't eat milk duds. Here, mommy." And then, but after that, no, we divided their candy up. They kept maybe 10 pieces each. That was the deal. They kept 10 pieces, and then I gave them $5 each for the rest of their candy, and we donated it. So, no.
So, I was going to ask you, like, when you're digging through that, what are the candies that you grab? But you said the Whoppers. Is that your
milk duds?
Thing?
Oh, Whoppers hurt
Milk
my
duds.
teeth. Those hurt my teeth.
Yeah.
The malt.
Yeah.
No, I like milk duds, and York peppermint patties, and maybe Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, that's about it.
Pretty good.
I couldn't tell you how many Snickers we threw away. I threw out into that bag for the troops because I said, "Who the fuck eats Snickers?"
There's another unpopular opinion. I don't like Snickers.
I think it's like the
and neither
number
do
one
you.
candy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know
and
who
neither
these
one
people.
of us like it.
Who are these people eating
They're
this?
gross. It's gross.
It is gross. Ugh. It's too much nougat.
We got a lot of, and I think it's because a lot of so we did this trunk or treat thing, and the kids kind of walked around, but we were passing out candy. But a lot of the trunks had actually donated candy given to them to pass out. So we were all given like similar candy, but we got a ton of the Fireballs.
Okay.
I love Fireballs. So I dug all that shit out. I love Fireballs.
I don't like hot things like that. Like Big Red.
See, I
hot,
do.
No, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I dug all those out and like ate them in a day. But, well, I haven't done too bad this year. But I think the difference is Moose is actually home because my MO has always been, and you know this, like I'm not a big sweets person. Like I don't necessarily,
Right.
I don't dislike them, but I don't search them out.
Me too.
I don't crave
Right.
things, whatever. But like 1 o'clock in the morning, you're laying in bed and you're having a hard time sleeping, and that bowl just calls your name. And so I was notorious. And of course, when he's not home, I don't sleep at all. So I'm like, I was notorious for going in there and digging out a bunch of candy and just eating it while I watch TV in bed. And I haven't really done that, but I did dig out all of those Fireballs and just went to town on them. So
That is so funny. I have never once gotten out of bed in the middle of the night to go eat anything. Ever.
I wish I could say that.
I'm always fascinated by people who do that or have that ability to do that. I've never woken up at like 1 o'clock and thought, oh, pasta.
Oh, this isn't waking up. This is just, I'm still awake. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now don't get me wrong. Once the kids go to bed, a lot, not every night, but some nights I'll want
on
to
like
snack.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I eat the shit that I don't want to share with them, which I hide on top of the refrigerator. Like these salted caramel, they have salted caramel squares at Aldi. Those are the most amazing things you've ever put in your mouth.
I really like just everything that you just worded. Don't make it sexual, like put in your mouth. But I really like salted caramel. Oh, I love that.
Yes, salted
Delicious.
caramel mocha of any kind, salted caramel chocolate of anything, any shape or form. Except
Maybe I'll make a trip over there today.
Except on a man's body part. I don't think that would be good. Blech. Maybe I should clarify that.
That would probably hurt. Like
Even salted
on a body
caramel
part.
chocolate on a wang would not. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Gross.
no.
Wang. No more. No. What's that? What's off the Breakfast Club?
Don't say wang again.
What's off the Breakfast Club when he says no more? No, 16 candles. No more. No more. Something. The Chinese guy, the foreign exchange student.
You're asking.
He says
way
no
too
more
quick.
something for the donger. What does he say? No more. I forget. That was one of the best
You're
lines in the
asking
whole
too
movie.
fast. Yeah. Okay, enough wing talk. So let's go online to the Facebook group page, and we'll make sure we post it on there, and you can answer the question. We want you to be completely honest. It's confession time. How much of your kids' candy have you eaten?
Nope.
So, and what kind? Like, what do you look for in that bowl when they come home? So,
Or what's the grossest thing in that bowl? There was a lot of gross candy in our bowl, I have to tell you.
I try to think. Yeah.
A lot of gross.
Oh, no, I know. Yep. No, I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, it was gross. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Do you hate kids? Yeah. All right. So that wraps up Unpopular Opinions. You can always go online and tell us if you've got any that you want to confess. There's no judgment whatsoever. So, and please don't hate us too much for our dislike of The Notebook. Yeah.
Or any of the things that we said we didn't like.
You know, those Nicholas Spark fans are really vicious. So I'm a little concerned that we just said that. But
That's okay. The whole episode was unpopular opinions.
right.
Those were our opinions. So
No, but our opinions are fact. So
I was gonna say I disagree with my friends a lot, but I still love them. We're all adults here, right? Sometimes.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
I just drew a penis on my note, so I'm not really an adult. Yeah.
And you told me to not say wang again.
No, right? All right, guys. We'll see you back here next week.
All right. Bye, guys.